Hello my guys, welcome to another episode of the Microwave Kicks. The transfer window is heating up as usual, and there's a new report concerning Malick Fofana. Who is Malick Fofana? There's also reports concerning Malo Gusto and Jack Grealish in the transfer window right now. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Let's get into this transfer as quick as possible. Now, according to L'Equipe, it said Chelsea has called Lyon for Malick Fofana, but no offer so far. The 20-year-old Belgian winger is valued at 42 million by the club. Now, who is Malick Fofana? This is a 20-year-old winger who plays for Lyon. He played for Lyon last season. I think he has only had one professional season with Lyon, but this is an exciting winger. I've gone to check his stats. I've seen, what he can produce. I've seen most of what he can do, and I've actually seen him play. Now, Malick Fofana plays for Lyon. Very exciting young team in Lyon. They did so well last season. They had the likes of Czechia in that team, and other good players as well. They got to the semi-final of the Europa League. Now, I watched him against Manchester United in the second leg of that Europa League, but oh boy, this guy gave Manchester United a real trouble in that second leg. If you remember very well, there was a very young guy who has a low center of gravity who played in that particular match. He played from the left winger, a very young guy who is very, very fast. And last season, he got 10 goals and 5 assists in the Lyon's team. He averaged 52 minutes. He played 35 games. He averaged 52 minutes per game. And he managed to get 10 goals and 5 assists in all competitions for Lyon last season as well. That was his debut season. And in the next 2-3 days, he should be 21-year-old. And I think this is a very exciting young talent. Now, Chelsea has actually moved from Rafael Leao to Nico Williams to Rodrigo to Jamie Gittins, now to Fofana. So that's what Chelsea did last season. Last season, they scouted Samuel Omorodion, they scouted John Duran, they scouted so many young players, and it is happening again this season. Now, this season, when it comes to strikers, Chelsea was linked to Osimhen, Chelsea was linked to Ekitike, Chelsea was linked to Votamada. Just few days ago, Chelsea has been linked to Votamada. So the list keep on coming over and over and over again. And now you should, as a Chelsea fan, you should be used to these rumors already, because right now it's a normal thing. Chelsea are a kind of thing that will put up rumors, will get linked to so many players on the market, and at the end of the day, might actually, not really even pick up anyone at the end of the day. But let's see how this goes. Now, what does this guy actually brings to the party? What does this guy actually brings if Chelsea eventually signs him? Because Chelsea were initially interested in Gittins. Now, the Gittins deal is getting a little bit expensive just before the Club World Cup, and Chelsea are trying to leverage another player. That's what they did with Ekitike. When they see that Ekitike price was too much, they start moving to another target, start moving to Votamada. Now again, it is happening with Fofana. Chelsea are trying to move ahead to see if Borussia Dortmund will actually lower the fee, because at this point it's only Chelsea that is actually interested in Gittins. Now, Chelsea sees this fact that if we move to another target, let's see if we can force Borussia Dortmund to reduce the asking price for Gittins. Now, what does Fofana actually brings to Chelsea as a whole? Fofana is a very, very fast and pacey winger. That's one thing that would actually suit Maresca, because Maresca actually thrives in player who has a very good work rate, defensively and attacking wise. And Chelsea are a kind of team that when it comes to the offensive counter attack, Chelsea are very, very good going forward. And for you to execute those plans, for you to execute those style of play, you need a very fast and a pacey winger, and that is what Fofana will actually give to you as a Chelsea player. Also, Fofana is a very, very good player when it comes to dribbling. He knows how to take on players, and if you know Maresca's style of play for the left winger, you should be able to beat one or two players, because you don't have Cucurella overlapping over you. He is always inverting in midfield, so you have to either beat one or two. And against a low block team, you have to be very good in knowing how to beat one or two players. You know how to take on players 1v1. You have to be very good, and that is what Fofana gives you. Fofana gives you this good level of dribbling going forward. And also, he's very good with both feet. Can't imagine their next move, at that point. And that is what is helping Dembele right now in PSG. He's very good with both feet, and that is what Fofana gives to you, and that is what Fofana brings to you. He's very, very good with both feet. He knows how to hit the ball very well with both feet, and he's very good in goal scoring. A player who has averaged 10 goals, that is 52 minutes in 35 matches, and has 10 goals and 5 assists in all competitions, then you should know this player has an eye for goal. This player knows where the goalpost is, and this player would always shoot. He will always aim for the goal. He will always aim for target. So it's a very good thing having that kind of player and that kind of caliber in Malick Fofana. Also, he's a very direct player. That's one thing I like about player. You will know how to actually deal with low blocks. You will not actually deal when it comes to offensive play, when it comes to counter attack and all of that. And under Maresca, you have to be very, very direct. As a Chelsea fan, and most Chelsea fans, you would recall that we normally get frustrated and tired whenever we take the ball up front and we have to bring it back again. But with Fofana, he's a different kettle of fish. He's a different player entirely when it comes to that. He's very direct. He's very pacey. He has an eye for goal. He knows how to maneuver. He knows how to dribble. His dribbling skills is very good. Now, what are the negatives concerning this player? What does this player have to really improve on if Chelsea eventually pull the plug and actually buys him coming into the London club? First of all, he has a low center of gravity, and he's not really too tall. And when it comes to set piece, he's not the kind of player you could rely on going forward. If the ball is not actually on his feet, it's very difficult for him to actually make use of it. Yes, he's energetic. He knows how to, mark. He knows how to trouble defenders. He knows how to go, for defenders. He knows how to, win the ball and everything on the ground. But when the ball is actually on the air, it's difficult for him to, to help. It's difficult for him to, be, in the game at the time. Also, he has less experience. He's just a 20-year-old player. He'll be 21 in a few days. His level of experience is very low at this point. He doesn't have too much. He has not played more than 1-2 seasons in professional football, so he doesn't really have that experience, in Chelsea. Most of the time, he might get lost in the game, especially when you need a particular level of play when it comes to experience at the time. He might not really give that to you. That is what he needs to improve. Also, his physicality is not really there, but he's good. He's aggressive when it comes to marking, man marking, dropping deep, dropping back to actually defend. But he's not really has that physicality. He can be easily brushed off the ball by tall players, by tall defenders in the Premier League. He has to really improve in his physicality, and also he has to be defensively good. Yes, he loves to draw back, but how good he is defensively 1v1, that is a question to ask, while bringing him into the team. Generally, I think he's a very good player. I think he will be a very exciting player coming to the Premier League, but he has to really improve in this particular thing I've actually said concerning, Fofana. But trust me, he's a very exciting player. Now, with 42 million, what's the price for him? To me, I think 42 million would be too expensive for him. Yes, he has a very good future ahead of him. He's still young. He has an exciting future ahead of him. But right now, him being worth 42 million might be too much at this point. I don't think 42 million is the best price for him right now. I think maybe a 30 million, 30 million, 35 million might just be okay for him, because coming into the Premier League, it's like a risk. You don't know if you're going to make it there, because the Premier League is a very demanding league. The Premier League demands more from you as a young player. If you're not really strong, if you don't really have the heart, if you don't really put in the work, it's very difficult to actually thrive in the Premier League. But take nothing away from him, he's a very young promising player who could thrive in the Premier League. Now, according to Blueco Extra, this is what he has to say about him. I rate Malick Fofana, but these are the areas for improvements. Like I said, high volume dribbling with a moderate failure rate leading to turnovers. That means most of the time, if he dribbles, he don't actually really get it right 100%. And most of the time, the pressure actually falls back to the team. So he has to really improve with that. And also his average out of position, that's defensively impact. Like I said, defensively, he has to really improve in his game, when it comes to coming back and helping the team. He really has to improve, and that is one of his low points in his game. And also he has low area presence and 10th percentile on error duels. Like I said, he's not a very tall player, so it might be a disadvantage to him. But trust me, if he delivers, if he comes and score goals and make assists, that would not be, a topic of discussion going into, going into the season. Why for Bluco Extra again? He said terrible scouting. See his profile, not even though he's just 20. Like I said, he according to Bluco Extra, he's not in the top 10 best young wingers in the world. There are players ahead of him. Garnacho is ahead of him. Noni Madueke, Mitoma, Conceição, Pedro Neto, Javi Barnes, Gordon, Gittins, Trossard, Ahmed Diallo. They are all ahead of him, but that does not mean he cannot be a very good player when it comes to the Premier League to play. Now another person said this is a terrible scouting. Once again, right after I thought Chelsea were getting better, I am telling you all, you don't want to be over Gittins, I promise. Like I said, most Chelsea fans really like Gittins. Most Chelsea fans want Gittins, but trust me, when the price is too much, these owners are not really in for that. But let's see what happens at the end of the day. Let's watch this space and let's see what happens, going into the summer transfer, that just resumed back yesterday. Another transfer rumor is Bayern Munich have made inquiry for Malo Gusto. They're actually interested in Gusto. I don't think Gusto might want to leave, but if he's guaranteed first team football at Bayern Munich, he might actually wants to take that offer and leave Chelsea, because in Chelsea he has a lot of game time. Yes, James is not always in his first team because of his injury record and all of that, but Malo Gusto gets more playing time in Chelsea. But if he decides to leave and go to Bayern Munich, I will not fault him. Yes, every footballer wants a first team football. Every footballer wants to be in the starting 11. But let's see how that goes. Let's watch this play. Malo Gusto is a very, very good player and has a very good future ahead of him. Napoli are interested in Jack Grealish. Now, we all know Jack Grealish is not at the Club World Cup, and Manchester City have actually agreed that Jack Grealish can go. £100 million player from Aston Villa. He didn't really get it well in Manchester City. After the first 1 or 2 seasons, after winning the Champions League, everything just went down the drain for Jack Grealish. And Pep Guardiola is not convinced about him anymore and they want to sell. And the only club right now who is putting in interest is Aston Villa, his former team, and Napoli, that's going to play the Champions League. And also they've already signed Kevin De Bruyne on a free as well. So if this transfer actually materializes, it will be a very good one for Napoli. Let's see how that goes. Tell me what you think about Fofana. Tell me what you think about Gusto and Bayern Munich interest. Tell me what you think about Napoli with Grealish interest. Please hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed. Until I come away again next time, I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.